Nice. We're rolling on You Love to Hear It podcast, episode 17. Today we have Bree and Mel from Part-Time Babe Club. I'm Jamal Cunningham. This is Casey Willax to my right. And how are you guys doing today?
So good, my dog.
So good. The Stoke is real.
But I didn't. I was like, Bree, just run it. I wanted to do it.
Was that forethought out in the ride here?
No, but she always says
That was all natty.
I just like say it all the time because I'm just that person.
That's good.
Nice. Well, it's good to have you guys in the studio. You guys are in town for the Uninvited event, correct?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
So can you give me a breakdown on what's even going on up there? Because we were going to go up for finals or Saturday, right? We were going to go up and watch the finals, but we haven't even been in touch with what's going on up there for the whole deal.
Well, tomorrow's like the pro event, and then so that's like for the spectators, and then Sunday's women's ride day with BT Bounds. Have you heard of Beyond the Boundaries?
Yes.
Yes. So we're doing that too.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Should be rad.
What exactly is that? Because that's where I met you guys last year.
You met us when we did the camp last year. So it was like a full weekend kind of like retreat style, but then like this Sunday is more, I think it's just a ride day with like giveaways. So it's
Cool.
like more informal.
It's just a session.
Yeah, it's a sesh.
No, it's a sash.
It's a sesh.
It's a sash, dude. Sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about Part-Time Babe Club. I told you I stalked your Instagram a little bit before you got here, but I don't have all the info. From what I gather, you guys are just a collective of chicks who like to ride and support each other, and just give me a breakdown on what that's all about.
Absolutely. So Part-Time Babe Club started 2021. The name actually came from a good friend of mine. One day we were like matching and looking cute on the chairlift, and she's like, "We're like the Part-Time Babe Club," and I was like, "I don't know why that's catchy, but let's run that." And ever since then, when I kind of knew like there was a bunch of us getting together, I was like, man, what would be a good name for all of us? And I was like, I kind of want to honor my friend in this and just run that name that she had. And now it's a solid 6 of us girls that are on this Part-Time Babe Club. Ironically, we're full-time employees, so the name kind of just ties into so many things. The thing is, we definitely chase our passions and we make time for that. So I think maybe that's where the part-time comes from. But my favorite thing is when people, what do you call that? Like make runoffs of Part-Time Babe Club,
God.
like names.
Uh-huh.
We've heard some
Like
good
little
ones.
inside jokes where they keep running and running. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like, do you know any at the top of your head?
It gets very inappropriate.
Send it. Send it. Absolutely send it.
Let's see.
I don't know. I was like,
See if you can offend me. If not, if it's that bad, we could cut it out. But I doubt it.
Should we do the Earth to
Earth
Humans
to
one?
Butt Club. Like, I don't even know.
Oh yeah, that's mellow.
Like, we have like other guy friends that like have collectives too. So we've like infused our name like with theirs as like a joke.
Yeah,
But
like
it's not like a real thing. I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah.
like one is Earth to Humans, the other crew is Headbutts. So we're like Earth to, what did we say? Earth to Butt Club?
Yeah, something like that. Butthead.
I
Yeah.
mean, Part-Time Babe Club, it rolls off the tongue. And the
It does.
PTBC, it's
It
good.
does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we like
it
that.
does.
Yes.
And I've ridden a couple chairlifts, not too many, but a couple with you girls, and it's way gnarlier than I ever thought.
What does that mean?
Is it?
In a great way, but you from the outside, you think they're just Part-Time Babe Clubs. You get on the lift and they're talking shit,
Yeah.
empowering,
to hear it.
like
Do it, pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking send that shit.
Exactly.
Are you the type to watch the GoPro clip back and be like, I fucking pussed out?
I probably say that every time we like sesh.
Yeah.
Like pretty much. I'm just like, God, I'm such a pussy. God.
Yeah.
you send it.
I try, I try, all right?
I mean, I told you, I looked up the Instagram before you guys had got over here, and I found the video of, I think the last clip is you, Mel. I couldn't really tell because you guys are all masked up, but hitting that log jam, it's like a downhill in
and
POW into a log jam.
Can I cuss?
Yeah.
I ate shit, right?
Yeah, you definitely,
And then,
you 100% ate shit.
and then like some skier like was right. I almost took him
The
out.
first
I don't
one
even
you
know.
like caught toes on somebody caught toes on the log jam and went flying, and then in the last clip you like bottomed out on the landing and went washing down onto like a cat track with
that
the
guy
skiers.
was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex inspired us on that one.
It was a send though. I was impressed. I was like, yo, that was kind of gnarly.
We see one thing, we all just like, you want to do it, and then we're like, okay, we're gonna do it.
Like, all right, whatever.
Why
so
not?
that's a big thing for you guys with being a collective. It's just like being there to push each other. Like because I know that I benefit from that, riding with this guy, riding with just my friends, and just having them there to hold me accountable. Be like, dude, you can do that.
Yeah, especially when you like don't, sometimes you like don't believe in yourself, and your friends know you really well. They're like, you got that. Sometimes you just need to hear that.
Yep.
And then that's the motivation right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I owe a lot of my success to this girl. I'm not gonna lie.
Aww.
Yeah.
And the rest of our friends too, but Mel especially is just like, she's like, you got this.
Yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't.
She always makes me do stuff.
Yeah. I wouldn't tell someone to go hit something if I really didn't think.
Well,
they
yeah.
had that.
A lot of times, like your friends know you're riding better than you. They'll give you the correct amount of credit, and you always kind of undersell yourself. You're like, I don't know. They're like, dude, I've seen you do things just like he does that to me all the time, actually. But yeah, that's awesome that you guys have a whole group of girls to do that with. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
We're lucky.
You guys are more set up than we are. You guys are planning stuff. You got events going on.
Do you want to tell them how we have meetings every Monday?
We're finally organized. We have a weekly Monday meeting after everyone gets done with work, so that we can do our stuff.
FaceTime?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Group chat.
Do most of you guys live in Mammoth?
Yeah.
5 out of 6.
Oh, okay, nice. Damn, who's the loner out that hasn't made the move yet?
She's like, she might as well call herself a local. She's up every weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she lives
Nice.
in our loft
Yeah.
every weekend.
All right, we all have that one homie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I've been that
dedicated.
homie many times. Yep.
she won't quit her. She can't really leave her job. I wouldn't leave my job if I worked at NASA. So
She works at NASA?
yes.
Oh, so part-time Babe Club is part-time astronauts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, well,
Partially. Yeah.
partially, yeah. Part of you.
She's gonna die when she sees this.
Best ever.
Yeah.
So
So like,
wha-
I shred on the weekends. I'm an aerospace engineer.
No,
Like, word.
literally.
That's insane.
Yes.
What
that's
made
awesome.
it Mammoth as the home base?
Well, shoot. I guess it started in Mammoth because I ended up, oh my gosh, I could really dive into the story, but long story short, it was right before COVID. It was during COVID that I had this opportunity to like leave my hometown. And, I kind of believe in certain things happen for a reason. And I think the series of events led me to make my way there because I thought I had like a health scare. And I was like, well, if tomorrow's not promised, like, where do I really want to be? What do I really want to do? And I'm sure a lot of other people feel like this too, but there's just something about going up to the mountains every weekend and you're just like, I wish I could do this full time forever. Like I don't know what's holding me back. And really it just took that scare to be like, and obviously going through a weird time like COVID, to just be like, let's take advantage of this opportunity and make it happen. And it's crazy because I didn't know anyone at Mammoth. So initially like Volcom Brothers Skate Park at Mammoth became my like second home. And that's where I eventually met like a lot of people in the community. And that's where I made a lot of friends that were women. And I was like, this is so sick. I've never been in a town that like everyone cares about each other. Everybody cares about what's going on. And it allowed me to like, during the time I didn't know a lot of people, I got to know myself really well. And it kind of helped me understand that I wanted to like give back in a certain way. And I was like, why don't we just ban something of all of us? Like, I don't know, a weekly skate meetup. There's so many sick girls here. Let's just do it. And then, yeah, if it wasn't for my best friend, she made one day she was joking and she was like, oh, are you going to have your meetup? And I always would say like, yeah, no, I don't think anyone would come. And then she made a flyer and I had no choice. I had to do this meetup because she had the date set up and everything. And luckily enough, there was like a good turnout because there was also like another event happening at the skate park at the time. But it was just like that initial thing of getting over that fear of what other people think and just doing it for like you. And I don't know, just knowing things will work out that way. And I don't know. I get like this story always gets to me, but I owe Mammoth a lot. Like I feel like I got to know myself really well and I got to know really great people from that area. So it's really cool to see people, especially like my best friends, move up there.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
So that's your first place outside of your hometown was going to Mammoth. Where is your hometown?
I'm from a small town called Lompoc. It's like 45 minutes north of Santa Barbara.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we kind of talked about this. Where is your hometown?
Middletown, New Jersey.
What exit?
Shout out. 109.
See? We were talking about our last episode with Tim Humphreys, how there's like a set of Jersey questions that I have to ask if you're from New Jersey. That
Always.
what exit is one of them, and then
Yes.
Taylor Hammer pork roll.
I guess pork roll.
Yes.
I mean,
Let's go.
shoot, that's what it always was. What was it? Joyce's
2 to 1,
Deli.
Tim. 2
Shout
to
out.
1.
I didn't eat a lot of it, so that's why I kind of hesitated. But
Yeah.
yeah, pork roll for
Pork
sure.
roll, and then the last one. Does Central New Jersey exist?
Is that like where Trenton is?
If it did exist, that's probably where it would be. Yeah.
I think that's where Trenton is.
Yeah.
Just like a wild guess.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Sounds like a no.
It's gonna be a no for me, dog.
Yeah. All right. And do you say you spent time in Long Island too?
So I was born on Long Island. I lived there for 5 years, and then grew up in Jersey, and then I was in Vermont for 6 years before coming to California.
UVM.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
And you rode Sugarbush there?
Yeah.
What did you think of Sugarbush? What were those years there like?
Well, I was on University of Vermont snowboard team, so it was quite a time.
Nice.
Really?
It was sick. Honestly, it was hard to progress because it was always so icy. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't get really good at snowboarding till I came to the West Coast for sure. But I mean, I learned a lot. Shout out Coach Nate House.
Yeah.
He coached the
Oh,
team
Nate was
one
your
year.
coach there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I got like really immersed in like snowboard culture when I lived in Vermont. So like I owe a lot to being there for sure.
Nice.
Yeah,
C-Dub and I have spent a lot of time in Vermont over the years.
that's what I've heard. Yeah.
Not enough time up north though. Southern Vermont.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're Mount Snow guys, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I grew up riding actually.
Nice. When was that? Like, when was the first time you probably ever went to Mount Snow?
I want to say like 6 years old. Like we did family vacations every year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't go to Vermont at all until I was 18. I moved there
Wow.
like right out of high school, but
Oh.
I'd been there on 2 like weekend trips, I think, over the whole course of my life. But I hadn't really like been up there until I moved there at 18. And I was there
Nice.
for a while. And now I live there full time.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's nice. Have you been to the East Coast at all, Mel?
So surprisingly, I was born in New York, Rome, New York. I don't remember it much. And
Were you
then,
really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
For,
You've
like,
been withholding
5
this
years.
information.
You just found this out?
I know.
Wow. That wasn't on the entrance sheet at the meetup.
no.
What's your hometown?
Yeah. And then South Carolina for like 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And then
Near the beach in South Carolina or inland?
Charleston.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I like that you just found that out. That was great.
Jesus Christ.
I always like to throw that one at people.
This whole time you've been an East Coaster.
That's why I was like, oh man, like what is it? I just don't remember. Like being on the
No,
East Coast.
it's in you. You don't even know it.
I'm shook. It's like you just told me you're pregnant or some shit.
So I saw the schedule like he was talking about on the site of how you have like all of your events actually planned out of where you guys are going to be.
Yeah.
And that's very cool, I think, for, you know, anybody who ends up following you guys on Instagram or just following along. They're like, if they're planning a trip or if they just know that they could be around the same area to be able to come meet up. But what have most of the meetups been like? Just like a general overview of how the day goes.
They're all different, surprisingly, because as you know, this has been a really good snow year. So a lot of the times we're anticipating these to be like park meetups. We have like an agenda for them, and then they end up being powder days. What would you say is your more favorite meetup, like powder day meetup or park day meetup?
Well, we had this one epic powder day at the beginning of the season, and we had like almost 20, we had like 17 people at one point, dudes
nice.
and girls, and everyone like stayed together for like at least a few runs. It was actually really surprising.
Very
It was
difficult.
Yes, super
it is.
difficult.
Yeah,
But it was very sick. It was really cool. But the downside is like, obviously you can't do park progression. And then like, if we want to hand out like gear and like prizes, it's like, it's dumping snow. Like, what are you going to do? I don't know if you like hide it in the lot. I don't know. There was like logistical stuff that kind of got annoying, but like that one meetup was epic. And then otherwise, I mean, we like to just ask people who are attending like what they want to work on so that we can all like learn together. So we're really big on just like, all right, everyone's going to progress together. or try
Nice.
something new, you know?
And
So,
you said agenda. Do you guys like pick out tricks that everybody wants to work on and kind of push each other on and like, or like a general theme for things you guys are trying to work on for the day?
Yeah,
Yeah.
more or less. Yeah, I think so. We had one meetup where we had 3 girls who had never touched a tube before. Just stuck it 50-50s, all 3 of them. It was
Nice.
beautiful. It was amazing. We need to make that edit. I keep saying it, but we don't do it.
How good must that feel? Oh my god.
It was the same feeling I get when I land a trick.
Yeah.
But
For
almost
these
better
girls.
because you
Yeah.
brought that together to happen. And
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yes,
I
you can
gotta
feel
start
the
planning more.
energy here.
We try to do the plan meetups, and like you said, with the weather,
Yeah.
we'll plan something 2 days ahead for a park day, and then 2.5 feet of snow are coming. We're like, we're not going to Boreal. We're sorry. We're going, you know what I mean? We're going to SugarBowl. And it's just like, and then to try to get people to go over there and then meet up when it's a POW day and everybody's just trying to scavenge around to find freshies is like, it's never worked for us.
Yeah.
Someday though, we'll get an agenda. We'll meet up, plans, notebooks,
Yeah.
a megaphone.
We'll have an iPhone or we'll have a FaceTime beforehand,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, a meeting would be sick.
You just need a tour manager.
A TM.
That's really all you need.
Yeah.
That'll
Just
cover
a
all that.
manager, TM,
Yeah.
assistant, start small.
Start small, bud. Start small.
That's great.
Nice.
I didn't know you did meetups.
Yeah, I didn't either.
What?
We try. You want to see?
Who's we even?
Well, so
You and
I-
Daly?
The boys.
Yeah, so when
who
we're on
is
the
we?
NAR, we're in the NRV going around, you know, like we're going to be at Stratton, and then if we go to
Ah.
the East Coast, we try to give a couple dates so people can meet up, and then we have
Oh.
gear that we're just throwing out and get people stoked,
Oh.
try to hold like little mini events. But like I said, we end up switching it out, so we can't announce where we're going to be, and then we end up making these posters afterwards. So like and then we'll be like, hey, if anybody met us on tour, we'll send you a signed poster. Just give me your address. And if you read through it, it's literally like stuff's crossed out, like sleeping for one day, shredding, and then Pennsylvania with a question mark, and like more driving,
God.
resting the next, like Yagoo crossed out, went surfing, to be determined. Probably
I remember that
resting,
day that you
like,
skipped Yagu to go surfing.
You were gonna go to
Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
We'll go anywhere. Honestly, the
Creative,
most stoke
creative.
we've ever had at every resort is the smaller ones.
Yeah.
In the
Mount
Midwest,
Preston
especially.
in Iowa. You know what I mean? We'll have 50 kids show up, and there's 2 runs, so they wait at the bottom for 3 minutes, and they can find the whole group of people that's shredding around, and
Okay.
it's insane.
That's cool.
It almost gets a little too
That's
much
rad. Yeah.
because then everybody starts getting hyper stoked, riding too close, crisscrossing. You know,
Yeah.
some kids are trying to progress randomly, and it's like,
Well,
no.
especially because there's varying riding levels, and some people they can snake right on their buddy's tail, and it's no big deal. But then you cross over that. There's a kid who's a little less experienced. It gets a little hectic.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
we're loose.
Even when we went out to what was that in Cincinnati? Remember I met you guys?
Perfect North.
Yeah, Perfect North. That was super fun. And same thing, like great random community. I was like, I didn't know there were any mountains outside of Cincinnati. And these kids were just there shredding park, and a bunch of them were super good.
Yeah, 2 tow ropes.
So yeah,
it's
they had
like
2 tow ropes, so these kids
you
just
could
get
spot
after
exactly
it.
where the action was going down.
Yeah, it was super fun though.
It's the tow ropes.
Yeah.
Tow ropes.
You
They
guys
really-
are lucky to have one.
Prime ya.
Yeah, the tow ropes are. I mean, when you see what's going on at Troll, it's just like, it's a factory for like,
Bananas.
and not even just rail machines. Like a bunch of those Midwest kids that are riding tow ropes, they still have 1 or 2 jumps, and they have ridiculous jump swag when they have, like Highland has how many jumps?
2.
2, yeah. And these kids are still just throwing down. It's crazy.
Wow.
They have the 2 like next to each other on the sideline, but yeah, it's crazy. The Midwest progression's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Have
want
you
to
guys
get
been
into
out there at
your career though. I know it's probably a while from when you were in VT schooling to get
Yes.
to Mammoth.
Yes.
Um,
It's been 6 years, actually. It's been quite a time.
run us through some of it.
What do you want to know?
How did you get to the point to where you're helping me with my ankle?
Okay, okay. I like that. Well, I guess I want to say it was 2021. So it was like on the like as COVID was like letting up a little. I went on a trip to Big Sky, Montana, and I was talking to some people, and I was like, yeah, I think it'd be really cool to like work with snowboarders someday. And they're like, make an Instagram, like start doing something, you know? And I was like, okay, I don't know. And so I started DPT Bree. because it rhymes first and foremost. And just with the intention of like trying to blow it up. Like, I'm sure you guys follow Mobility Duo. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, okay. Like, that's kind of like what I want to go for. And so I started from there. And then so right now I'm kind of in a lull. I'm not going to lie. I haven't really paid much attention to it. And that's partially because I wanted to put my all into Part-Time Babe Club. Because I feel like this is more of like a timely opportunity. My career can be as long as I want it to be. But to stay on track, basically, I don't know, I started the Instagram and I just would meet people on the mountain and be like, hey, if you want some advice, like follow my page, like whatever, you know. I do like exercises for snowboarding and they're like, all right, sick. So, and I had already kind of been on the train of making videos of me exercising because I tore my ACL, and during that rehab, I did it pretty much almost all myself. And so during that time, I was just like recording videos of me doing like crazy shit to like rehab my knee that I would just like come up with. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, okay, let's put it online. So yeah. And now, I mean, like I said, I'm in a lull, but I like helping people like yourself, just like kind of, you know, on the side, chit-chatting a little bit, and just helping people in the snowboard community, because it's awesome and I'm passionate about it. And, you know, working in Mammoth now is awesome because it's like, I'm so hyped. Like, I'm like, yes, you got to go snowboarding after you couldn't for like 3 months. Like, this is amazing. So
that's awesome.
I'm stoked. Yeah.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Well, you helped me out a bunch, so thank you.
Heck yeah. Anytime.
So wait, what is your degree in from UVM?
So I have a bachelor's of science in exercise and movement science, and then I have a doctorate of physical therapy.
Oh, nice. So you're a doctor.
Sort of.
There's kind of no way around it.
Yeah. That's the question everyone likes to throw at me. And the short answer is yes, but I'm not. I have a clinical doctorate. Yeah. I'm not an MD.
An MD.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I guess it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you had moved to Southern California to practice?
Yeah, I finished grad school in 2017. I was in Vermont I did an accelerated program, so I was there for 6 years. So I did 3 years of undergrad, 3 years of grad school. I was really cold and I was sick of the cloudy weather. And yeah, I did a clinical in Oceanside, and I was just like, damn, like this is amazing. It's so nice here. So
I used to live in Oceanside, and now I live in Vermont, so I know the drastic difference.
Yes, seasonal affective disorder is a thing for sure. So it felt really good to be in California, and then I originally wanted to live in Tahoe. Like, I moved to Southern California being like, all right, I'll just be here for a year, like, and then I'll go to Tahoe. It'll be perfect. 5.5 years rolls by. I was still there, and then this one. And one of our other ones, Mimi, where they were like, well, we got a 3-bedroom. So and I was like, all right, it's time.
Nice.
And that was recent.
Yeah, that was like 6 months ago. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
So good.
The dream.
It's cool that you guys have all, like, you said your other friend inspired you to get up there, or your whole situation inspired you to get up to Mammoth, but then like inspired you to start Part-Time Babe Club, and then you guys just like pushing each other to get out of your comfort zone and just go somewhere new and do something new is sick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it all felt right this year. I don't know, everything kind of just fell into place. Like, the house that we have is amazing. Our landlord is great. Our backyard neighbor is Dusty and Dylan, so we have real gyms. What were you gonna say?
True story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I've never hit a street spot, and like so many things we all talked about this year that we wanted to do, we already did it. It's crazy. Now I'm like, we need to think of
we gotta, like,
more things.
CC, that's the value of a plan right there. I mean, I feel it completely.
I mean, we get shit done.
Yeah. Oh, don't get it twisted. You just can't.
We look back and we're like, damn, we did some shit.
Yeah.
You come back and start crossing things off. You're like, bro, I forgot that even happened. It's gone though.
Yeah, I'm even further. I'm the whiteboard guy that goes up there and writes it down and then fucking crosses it off.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, I did it, but I didn't have it on the whiteboard, so I have to write it up while I cross it off.
You're just like, hey, by the way, that happened. Cool, we're good. Moving on.
It's not bad.
That's so great. Oh my god.
Oh, nice. So I wanted to ask you guys a little bit about you see you skateboarding and snowboarding. Have you guys surfed at all? You were in Southern California for a while. Did you surf there at all?
I got Brie on a surfboard a couple times last summer.
I'm so bad at surfing.
It's hard.
I can't even.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Oh, shut up.
It's bad.
I feel that
5
too.
years in.
That's
I've seen
hilarious.
your videos. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, if it happens to me and Casey all the time, it's like you get to a point where you're like, I am surfing, but for me to say I'm good, no, just stop right there. We're like, there's rippers out there just destroying it every day.
It's tough.
It is tough. It's a long pursuit. You have to kind of commit to that one.
You really do.
You know?
But it's a cheaper sport.
Oh, than snowboarding?
Yeah.
Once you factor in the trips, debatable.
Oh.
Because once you start surfing, you're like, okay, this is awesome. I want to do this all the time. Then you're like, oh, I forgot there's places all over the world to do this. And then it becomes a complete addiction.
Damn.
True.
It's one of the better addictions that anybody could acquire, but it's like plenty of people out there are like, I'm going to work whatever amount I have to do to go on this next surf trip and right back to it. And I'm all for it.
Trip to trip.
Dude, yeah. Well, you're going to Indo.
Yeah.
Oh,
ASAP.
sick.
Yeah.
Skateboarding's your foundation, though, right? Or
Yeah.
snowboarding? What'd you do first?
Skateboarding, actually.
And you guys skate everywhere.
Yeah, I realized there's so many good
Las
skate parks everywhere.
Las Vegas. You guys got me motivated since I saw you guys in Vegas. I've been skating all over the place.
You told me the story about Vegas. They showed up with boards and you didn't have a board?
Yeah.
We were like just pool
And-
hopping. You know what I mean? Just a bunch of dudes wearing no shirt, just walking around Vegas, and then like these girls showed up, badass skate, literally shredding all over through the casinos all around the place. And we ended up skating all through the streets the whole night. And like the next day, I'm grabbing my board when I leave the RV. We're skating. Yeah. If we're going to get breakfast, we should be skating.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like for transportation, you're wasting time if you're not.
That's right.
Literally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mel's really good at surfing. I'm just gonna say it. She excels.
Okay.
Mel looks like she doesn't want to admit to that, but
Well, she's a heck of a lot better than me for sure. So I think she's amazing at surfing.
yeah, I mean, if you're consistently doing it at all, it's like just to get to a point where you can regularly stand up it's not easy, you know?
True.
It's really it's a very difficult sport. It takes a ton of commitment, but it's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you pick the right place too, you have an advantage of like knowing just how often you're going to catch waves and what time you're going to have, you know?
And especially like if you're in a beginner stage, going to a beginner spot where everybody there is on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
You know, everybody's chilling, everybody's trying to learn, and you feel so much less pressure because it can get kind of hectic out there otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the main reasons I wanted to ask you about that is because I was wondering if you guys were into the surf world at all, because with like the progressions that I've been watching in women snowboarding, women skateboarding, all of them, the craziest one has been women surfing. And I was wondering if you guys had seen it at all, because there's basically this group of girls that go on like the stab trips and a bunch of other trips. They put them together called the Ladybirds. And I think the oldest one is maybe 15. Like it's like Sierra Kerr, Aaron Brooks, these young girls, and they're doing tricks that like basically a lot of the women that are on the tour who are grown women are not at the same advanced. Like they basically are all doing airs that were previously really only done by men, you know, and then even the women who are currently on the tour aren't even keeping up with these 13, 14-year-old girls in their ability to do airs. It's crazy. It's like, I was wondering if you guys knew anything about that, or I really just wanted to let you know it existed because I thought it was cool.
That's pretty cool. Ladybirds?
The Ladybirds.
Okay. Do
Yeah,
they go
Sierra
on tour
Kerr.
too?
Yeah, like they'll fly out for like if Stab does one of their contest events, they'll kind of bring them out and have a separate, like they did like a best air contest, and they have all the guys section, and then they have a section just for the Ladybirds when they compete against each other, and they're all just same thing, pushing the sport, you know, which it's pretty cool to watch.
That is pretty cool.
That's rad. I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll have to check it out because it sounds
Ladybirds.
sweet.
Yeah, we could get into surfing this summer. It'd be
A
fun.
lot less impact
For
on the
sure.
body.
Is
Yeah.
that the next evolution for Part-Time Babe Club?
I think it is because skate, snow.
Well,
not
we
surf.
did.
Sure.
We
Part-time
kind
beach
of
club.
didn't we do? We kind of did a surf meetup over the summer, cause like she was coming down to San Diego a bunch, and I was down there, and Mimi was kind of down there, and then, so we hosted some skate meetups over the summer, and I feel like one day we did surfing and then skating. I don't know.
We probably did, yeah.
I feel like we definitely did. I just don't remember, but
But
Gotta
yeah.
hit the triple threat.
Yeah.
I still haven't done that. Have you?
No, it is on the bucket list though.
Yeah, it's on mine too.
Definitely.
Oh, that sounds like something you get a bus and the whole group in on.
Oh,
Get a
true.
sprinter van and just hit the triple
Yeah.
threat all together.
Unless the RV will have us,
You're
Enough.
invited.
transport all of
You're
us.
invited. From Oceanside to Bear, it's easy.
Our girls allowed
Oh yeah,
on
Absolutely.
the RV.
Absolutely.
Part-time Stoke Club.
part-time Stoke Club.
PTSC.
I like that. I like
Good.
that. Okay.
Nice. What's
you
up?
guys, You guys have gotten some support through the Babe Club, right?
Yeah.
Some
Yes.
sponsors,
Yeah.
and tell us about that. How's it been trying to get some branding?
Well, do you want to talk about Signal? Signal's definitely
Shout out.
Bree's wearing the Signal.
Yeah.
Do you want to touch on that?
Yeah, so Mel kind of was a little bit on the forefront of kind of forging the relationship, just because she knew some of the people from living in Mammoth for a while. So we kind of like created this whole, what's it called? Like a deck, like a pitch.
Yep.
And so we pitched our group to Signal at the beginning of the season. And so they've been helping us out. And basically it's an evolving thing as to like how we have like our relationship. And so from a recent meeting that we had with the owner, shout out Dave, I guess the idea overall is to just get more women on Signal boards, trying them out, get them stoked on snowboarding, period. And Signal's all about like community. And that's like our mission is to create community. So it's like perfect. It's a perfect partnership, I think. So, yeah, we're offering like demos. Like we have a bunch of boards for whoever wants to try them out whenever we have meetups. And then we had Burn send us some helmets. Super cool.
Dope.
And then who else we got? Stance.
Shout out Sadie.
One of our girlfriends. Shout out Sadie. Works for Stance.
Blenders.
Tyler at Blenders. They're based in San Diego. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Blenders Eyewear.
Yeah. Thanks, Tyler. Who else?
Girls are laced up.
Yeah.
Literally. They're like, you have any sponsors? Yeah, you want to actually? I got you right now.
Yeah. So it's been great. It's been amazing, actually. Like we've been really pleasantly surprised. We're also Green Room in Mammoth.
Yes.
Has
shout
helped
out.
us. They house signal boards. They're like one of the only places that like physically has signal boards in their shop because Signal is mostly online. So we did a demo day there. We got to get that going again. Just get more people over there to check out the boards they have too. What else? I don't know. Everyone's been so supportive. It's been amazing. Just random shit just like pops up and I don't even know. It's been great.
That's awesome.
You'd be surprised how far a pitch deck goes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what's some advice you got for a young girl trying to get sponsored?
I mean,
Like, what did you write up in the deck? What was like? 'Cause
Well-
there's a way to word it where you offer things that. So what did you guys do that made it work?
honestly, we owe a lot of it to Taylor. Taylor works in marketing, and it's like sports marketing, right? Is the correct way to phrase it? Yeah. So one of our 6 core members, that's her career.
Oh, so she's got all the
She's hooked.
industry secrets.
Young
Yeah,
dog.
she's hooked up.
Yeah.
So, but basically it was like, it's basically just like, okay, this is what we can do for you.
There it is. That's
This
what I
is-
wanted to hear.
Yeah, this is how we can serve you. And then like, this is what we would like in return. Pretty
Nice.
simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good because a lot of people just, they want to get sponsored. And if they're not offering something, it's hard for a brand to want to give you something
Right.
because if they do that too much, they're out of business.
Right.
And it's also easy to open up an email with, hi, this is me. This is what I do. This is what I've done. This is why you should do this for me. But if you own a company, that's your baby. You open up an email. And if somebody says, hey, this is what I can offer you, and this is what we want to do for you, and this is really all that we're looking for, and here's our mission statement, it goes so much further than, even though it seems, you got to tell them about your story, but if you started off with like, listen, we have something for you, it goes so far.
Yeah.
I think just being just stating why you're unique, period. And for us, it was just kind of like, yeah, we're all like part-time. We like do career things, but like we're like this group that's gonna like push people and like bring the community together. And Mammoth doesn't have like really have women's communities. I think maybe you should speak on this actually. I think this is a good point to make.
I have friends who have like lived in Mammoth for like 10 years ago. Like Janice, for example, and she's mentioned that, you know, there would be like groups of girls, like cliques of girls, but never just like an open community of women that just offer, you know, like empowerment or like help in growing in certain ways, you know, especially on and off hill. And yeah, I was like, that's crazy because this is like a really great place for it. And I think now it's definitely growing. And it's really cool to be like watching it grow, I guess, in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the overall consensus with women and snowboarding? Like, is there ever cliques and like, or is it usually camaraderie? Like you see chicks and you're like, yo, let's go.
I think it depends where you are.
Mammoth?
True.
Like area wise, yeah. Location. Resort. Yeah.
Mammoth's a good zone though?
Mammoth is a good zone.
Mammoth is
yes.
friendly.
Yeah.
There's more camaraderie than some other places.
It's good. You need it.
Yeah.
Definitely
It's hard though. Women are tough.
Yeah.
Wait, let me ask you guys a question. Like,
Yeah.
what resort have you seen the most women ride at? Like maybe like park. Let's say park.
For me, probably. I mean, I know I've been at Mount Snow the longest. It's like my home mountain, so I would maybe say there, but I would probably even say Boreal, because when I lived out here, it was like I forget Jamie's last name, Jay Swizz. Jamie, I would see the Elliott sisters, Kendall, Riley. There was like a huge group of girls that I saw riding, and I was kind of just friends with them in our group of friends, and I ended up riding with a lot of female riders just because of that. So I feel like I saw the most girls riding at Boreal probably.
That's sick.
Yeah, same. But that's where I've seen the female events.
Ah.
Okay.
Oh, that too.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
really cool.
Well, that's fitting that the Uninvited is there this weekend. Now that you asked me that.
Yeah, it's
You
the
know?
chick spot.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's a
Go.
dope mountain. I've always had a good time there. It's super, super fun.
Oh yeah. That's
Nice.
sick.
So you guys get to ride that setup today over there?
I didn't ride. I couldn't ride today. I had to
Oh, okay.
work.
No,
Sadly.
it's closed off to the public,
Oh, okay.
but it looks so sick. There's a bunch of like rails and features all lined up next to each other, and then a hip in the middle, and then 2 quarter walls on the side, right in front of the judges.
Oh, cool.
And this is the coolest build I've ever seen at a rail jam, and I've been to a couple, not a lot yet, but for a women's event for 40K on the line.
Yeah, I heard that there's 40
Yeah.
40
yeah,
grand.
That's-
there was at least like 60 women that competed, and only 10 are going on tomorrow. So, and
Oh, sick. We got to watch that.
yeah,
I'd love to see a big purse for the females.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
unheard of.
Well, when you guys all show up, there's more money for it. So
True.
You gotta get
That's
these
true.
girls together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I never
That's what
actually,
we're. That's
You're
what
making
we're
it
doing.
happen.
We're doing it.
Schedules, plan it. You need dates. You can't tell everybody show up tomorrow.
Yeah.
A couple weeks advance is nice, especially if you're part time. You got a job. It's real.
Well, that's really a thing. Like, just by having a job, you're forced to be more scheduled because it's,
Oh yeah.
you know, it's like,
Yeah, we're not just running around
yeah.
doing whatever the fuck we want.
There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
See, I was like, that's exactly what I'm doing. It's kind of working, though.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
Well, it's like we literally have no like. We're just trying to spread Stoke around the nation. When we take off, that's it. End goal. All right, we're trying to get as many people frothed up as we can.
Yeah.
And
How that
so-
happens, you have to let it be open, because otherwise it just,
Well, and when you've never been to New Mexico and you're just like, all right, we're just gonna like cruise through. We'll do a day in New Mexico, and then we're trying to get to like some good area, and then you end up in New Mexico, and you're like, what is in front of me? And you get the steepest runs of your life, and it starts snowing, and the community's insane, and they're like, you can crash right here, and we got cold plunges and gyms. You can shower tomorrow. You're like, all right, we're not driving 8 hours overnight. We're gonna stay 2 days in New Mexico. Like,
yeah.
And then if there was a schedule, like that would set everything off. Because
Yeah.
now the 22nd would be the 23rd,
Yeah.
and then we end up in Vegas, and people are rolling through. We spend 2 days in Vegas, and then we spend 3-4 days in Vegas. And it's honestly, it's nice.
I do envy that, and I do have to be pretty scheduled as a PT. Like, if you want the job with the the money and the benefits and this, that, and the other thing, like you then have to like sacrifice, which
Yeah.
is what I did today. I didn't get to go snowboarding with my friends because my last patient went overtime and then I had to chart afterwards. And like, you know, so that is the downside.
But then you get to shred.
But
'cause
then
you
I have
got
money
and you can pay for stuff.
to go
so
do, to
all
be
about
here
balance.
paying for an Airbnb this weekend and shit like that.
Yeah.
So,
No, I know about that because I kind of have just started a career. I mean, it's been a year and a half pretty much.
Good for
But
you.
prior to that, like I was with C-Dub and the boys in the RV or just bouncing them from house to house, from Tahoe to SoCal and like all of that. So I'm now I'm part-time. I used to be full-time. Now I'm part-time. And
Yeah.
it's definitely a huge switch.
Yeah.
But like you were saying about it being scheduled, like you don't have a choice and you have to make some sacrifices. But I've found that it's like my days that I get on hill or that I get to like, I'll drive down to Rhode Island from Vermont and go surf. A lot of them are so much more rewarding because you're like, I have a finite amount of time off. Like I'm going to enjoy this as much as possible. And then I'm going to go back, do what I got to do, take care of my business. But like as soon as I'm off, I'm like trying to do something sick, you know?
Yeah, we
You
end up
know-
laying up for a long time. 2 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go at 10. We'll go at noon.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, I'm
We'll
out
ride
there already.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always tomorrow. Yeah. I feel that. It's I definitely appreciated it like the most. Like last season I did 52 days and I lived in San Diego.
Oh,
And,
really?
like, more of them were in Mammoth than Big Bear. And I was just hauling ass on the 395 like constantly pretty
I love
much.
that drive.
Yeah. I almost lost my mind for sure. Like
Yeah.
it was so gnarly. My job last year like didn't have a lot of vacation time, so it was like I like just Friday afternoon, just 9 hours in the car on the 15, sitting in traffic to get to Mammoth to ride 2 days and then go home.
Yeah, that's wild. That's a totally different thing with California too. Like
Ugh.
it's one thing to be like live hours away from an area and go up there to shred, but when you have to do it in California and you have multiple places to hit massive amounts of traffic, plus then you got to go over passes and get through snowstorms, it gets so hectic.
Yeah. We're lucky most of us live in Mammoth.
Yeah.
For
Oh
sure.
yeah, right down the street. So nice.
Yeah, once you're in town, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could ride an e-bike up the hill if we wanted.
Yeah.
Now.
Now, yeah.
Not this winter,
Not
otherwise.
right now.
Yeah.
Right now you
That
can.
place is crazy right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you guys were there during
A good storm.
like the last storm.
The day we were there
we've
when
had.
we hit 700. Yeah, we were on road that day.
Oh yeah.
That was good.
You picked a good time.
That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. We didn't pick it. It was kind of just randomly showed up there that day, but sometimes it works out.
Jigs.
It works out.
You're a Coke. So I want to get into, we have the healthy habits question presented by Human Tonic. Human Tonic provides you with the consumer with raw superfoods, adaptogens, and nutrients in dosage you can actually understand. We have it right behind us right here. They also make a Reds tonic. That stuff is amazing. Actually, I love it so much. It's packed with like beets, cordyceps mushrooms, grapes, berries, and it really gives you like a huge boost in increased blood flow, energy, recovery, cardiovascular health. So they've been sponsoring us on the podcast, and you can use code YLTHI10 at checkout at humantonic.com. That's YLTHI10. But we ask a question presented by Human Tonic, and it is, what are 3 things that both of you do to keep yourselves and your body going through all of your part-time or full-time shredding?
Do we want to start with yoga?
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. Do we have the same answer or different
I
answers?
don't know. We probably have different answers.
Yeah.
Let's hear 3 separates.
3 separate.
All right.
All right, you go
Well,
first.
but we both do yoga.
Yeah.
We all like. I started doing yoga for at least 5 minutes, maybe even 3. Doesn't even matter. Even just a small flow before you go out and throw yourself at metal. Amazing.
Okay.
So good.
I feel like I put time limits on myself. Like I think if I don't do 10, it's not worth it. I've never even done the just quick flow.
And then you end up not
Yeah.
doing it.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're 3 minutes in, you're like, fuck it, I'll go 5, and then I'll go 10 because you're feeling
Right.
good.
Yeah.
Right.
I love
I
that.
just,
a
you
good
just got to
point.
start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So yoga for sure. What else do I do? I mean, I do go to the gym like 4 days a week, strengthen, so I don't less likely to get hurt. Sometimes it works, but sometimes you just get broke off.
Are you doing any like impact specific strength stuff, or like? I'm just wondering how it relates to snowboarding with you, like how your gym relationship relates to snowboarding.
I mean, I definitely like squat pretty heavy because it keeps your core and your glutes strong. And just like the knee bending motion, like you're doing that all day when you snowboard. It's like pretty specific, I feel like.
Stomping those landings.
Yeah. And I have a history of a knee injury. So it's like when I don't lift for like a few days, like my knee starts to hurt. So yeah. But then I'll do like, I'll practice like spins, like on and off, like a weightlifting bench. You know what I mean? Because it's like shaped like a snowboard or like a feature, I guess. So like I'll spin on and off too. So, yeah.
Nice.
It looks kind of funny, but people at the gym think it's funny.
I mean, if you're finding something that works for you in the gym, you got to commit and act like nobody else is there.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Nice.
Number 3. Wait, what was the question? How do I keep my body?
Yeah, just
in
how
good
you
shape?
keep yourself together and ready to shred.
Some healthy habits you got.
I
I mean, you were talking about your diet, what to eat before we came in here.
Yeah, I do eat pretty well, but not on the weekends, which is when I snowboard. Weekends are free. Weekends are free range.
Yeah.
I drink green juice every day.
There you go.
Nice.
It like keeps everything.
We gotta get you a bottle of human tonic.
Yeah.
I'm down. Sign me up.
Ron,
Nice.
Yeah.
you're up.
I guess 3 things. It's definitely making time for yoga and getting grounded before doing anything that, is, snowboarding is an extreme sport. So it's definitely something to get in the right mind state. And then diet. I used to be vegan. Man, do I miss being vegan.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you miss about it?
I just felt so much better. And I thought being vegan was like being really strict on yourself, but honestly, there's so many alternatives out there, and I never made excuses if I had to, especially in Mammoth, there's like no place to eat vegan food. So I would have a propane like grill in the back of my car ready to go if I needed to heat up my food or whatever. And I would literally, because I used to live in Crowley, which is like 15 minutes down the road, I would have a NutriBullet in my car and have my smoothie ready to go. And I would go find an outlet at some coffee shop, like in the bathroom somewhere.
Let's
like,
go.
Plug it in.
That's
Now we're
legendary.
Yeah.
The amount of times I've seen this kid blend a pot of coffee on the side of a gas station.
Yeah.
I've seen him find outlets
Nice.
everywhere.
Nice.
Thousands.
Literally thousands of times I've seen that happen.
I've gotten kicked out of outlets.
Dog, you gotta
It's
bounce.
free electricity. Oh man, people are stingy.
I've seen you go in and fill the French press with where you go up to get coffee at like a 7-Eleven. They just have the hot water for tea. I've seen just roll up French press.
My
bang.
own coffee.
Yeah.
Cheers as you watch the hot water.
Oh my god.
And then go
great.
blend in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no excuses.
That's good. Yeah, I feel like when you have a diet that like makes you really be on it, you'll do anything to stay
Yeah, because
focused on it.
yeah, like, oh, this is saving me money and I feel good about it. So why not? And then rehabbing, like I love jacuzzis, but I've been actually trying to get into this whole cold plunge
There it
thing.
is. There it is.
So
Walk
we
us through
did.
it. How's it going?
Well, I've been starting with the morning showers, like taking a like regular shower, then like regulating your breathing right before you're gonna switch it to cold. But I've only set the timer for a minute each time I've done
That's
it.
good. I mean, honestly, it's such a shock that it's not much different than a 30-degree cold plunge.
No, it's really not. And I mean, I think just like you were saying with the yoga flows, even if you start with any increment, it's better than not starting at all. It's like,
Seriously.
and there's a million studies out there about what effects come at what time and what temperatures and stuff like that. But just the initial shock of it, of getting yourself to do that is pretty awesome. So
Yeah, me and Bree both brought our bikinis.
We're ready.
34 degrees out on the deck.
yeah,
It's in the shade.
it's
30 seconds.
He built a shade over it today because it was
probably
getting a little
dropped.
sunny out there.
Oh.
Yeah.
We have a canopy, and then we have a 686 thermalated,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
It's like a
keeping it
sleeping
cold.
bag almost.
Sleeping
That's
bag,
been,
yeah.
and I have one at home, and like I don't have anything covering it. It's gonna be a mess when I get home. But I saw their setup when I got here. I was like, dude, this thing is mint. It's clean.
Yep.
He's got a blanket over it. I was like, this is
We got
nice.
10 gallons cut off of the top in the freezer at all times, cycling these giant bricks of frozen gallons that
Oh
we
my god.
throw it. So there's always 10 gallons of water in the freezer. It's not a joke. We don't take it lightly over here.
Oh,
2 a
boy.
days.
This is not a drill.
This is
That's not a drill.
drill. We are reducing inflammation.
Yeah.
Those were-
good.
those were-
I think we
those
still
were
need
some
one
good
more thing
tips.
from you,
No,
Mel.
that was it.
Was it?
I think that was
Oh, the
We
ice
had
bath.
yoga. We had the
Yoga.
grounding. We had the
Cold showers.
diet.
cold showers. The
Oh, yeah.
And
diet.
rehabbing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Nice.
good.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Almost skateboarding too. You keep taking those falls so that you can keep taking those falls.
Yep.
There's a flow to it
Mm-hmm.
with that, right? Like you just.
I personally never skateboard, so I would like know nothing about this. I just avoid it at all costs.
That's why I ate it on the e-bike today.
Yeah, just to keep.
You fell
Keep the
off
flow
your
up.
e-bike?
I ate it.
Oh
bad.
yeah,
Or
you
you
got.
fell off your skateboard behind
I went
an e-bike.
over the handlebars on a downhill today on the e-bike.
Yeah, it was gnarly.
Face first.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, both hands. It was good.
You seem fine.
Fine. Yeah.
It was honestly a great save.
Keep
it was.
consistent.
Yeah,
Saying.
it was a very smooth save.
Even on the off days, you should be slamming.
You're like, I can't snowboard because my ankle's fucked right now, so I'm going to just fall off my e-bike.
I was
Perfect.
particularly concerned about myself falling off the e-bike, and I was taking it pretty easy. C-Dub was sending it.
Well, yeah, you're worried about yourself. He's watching me in front.
Yeah, I'm
like,
watching him. I'm like,
eat
I'm
it.
so good on that.
Oh my God.
Oh man,
Glad you're alive.
happy to have you, bud. All right, so I've been wanting to ask you guys, what are some of the like future aspirations you guys have for Part-Time Babe Club? Like any events you want to do, any more events you want to do, or just like what are your future goals?
Can we take turns on this? Do you want to go first?
Yeah. Okay, so we were talking about it, but we want to host our own event, like our own contest, a women's event, potentially a game of snow, and just hopefully like get Signal in on it and just get like ladies from all over, and yeah, blow it up, do something sweet.
Nice.
That's one thing, yeah.
Film a movie.
Film a movie.
That would be sick.
Like a full video.
Yeah, travel, film,
Yeah.
do whatever. I mean, mostly snowboarding, but
Yeah.
you know, just go on road trips. I think it'd be cool to. I don't like the word retreat. I don't know. There's something that isn't attractive about it. But I thought about it and I was like, you know, Mammoth is kind of a vacation spot. It's like a retreat. And like when I think about like getting people stoked on that area, like my good friends, I'm always like, oh, where can I show them like that's a really cool like hot spring or cold springs, like jump off some like rocks off into the lake after a nice e-bike ride, or like, and then we go to the skate park or something. So it's like we're incorporating all the sports that we like to do while also being in like Mother Nature and stuff. And I did talk to like some business coaches and they were like, why don't you guys make like do some types of retreats? And I was like, you know what, that would be kind of cool actually if we could do like a weekend type of retreat for some people who want to come up to Mammoth, because Mammoth in the summer is gorgeous, and I'm sure Tahoe and Truckee is definitely the same. It's honestly, I think it's better in the summer than it is in the winter.
What about camp? You
Camp?
don't like the word retreat, like a camp, you know?
See, I've never
all-inclusive.
done camps. Like I really was not an outdoorsy person until like maybe 6 years ago. So what are camps like?
Basically what you said, like a way to get people who maybe are like you were before you went to Mammoth, that don't want to just go and move there by themselves because that's gnarly, so they can get like a little piece of what it's going to be like a camp for 5 to 7 days where you help them out with like an Airbnb, somewhere to crash, and then whether they fly in, like you have the transportation, the passes, you can kind of line all that stuff up for them and just show them like, this is what we do, these are the girls here, these are, like you said, the hot springs, and give them just like a week little sample of what they could do, so that way they can go home and be like, all right, I want to get some of the girls together and try to get a spot up there and like show them just a fun little trial week into your life, a little camp, a little retreat.
That would be really cool. I feel like I've heard of a camp that does that in Mammoth actually. for skating in the summer, and it's actually really cool. Like I think they teach them how to like make fires and stuff at a campsite and stuff.
Wait,
too.
really?
Yeah, there's this like
What?
skater chick who is in it. I forgot her name, but yeah, that'd actually be really sick. I don't know. I just don't like the word retreat. Like,
Some
I
words
know.
like that get like commodified. Like you hear them too much,
yeah,
and it almost rubs you the wrong way. You're like, listen, I'm not trying to pay to go on any retreats or anything. But if
Yeah.
you break it down to what's actually happening there,
yeah,
it's like you're going somewhere with a bunch of like-minded people. You're going to do something everybody enjoys doing, and everything's already planned out for you. So it's kind of a sweet deal. Like, you know, a lot of the camps, like same thing with surf camps. That has more of a loose term in surfing because surf camp could mean it's just like 5 rooms next to each other that are on the beach. But there's also ones where like you show up, breakfast, lunch, and dinner's taken care of. Your lodging's with all the people that are in camp. You all go out and surf together with a coach. You're all like pushing each other and like learning more while you're there, you know?
yeah. That's what we should do. Is a surf
Yeah.
camp.
Yeah, that's a good way for you guys to like really, especially like Bree, you said you only went, was that one time? But it's a good way to like, especially if you go somewhere warm, it's like totally different element when you're just, the weather's good, the water's warm, you're just out having fun, and you learn a lot pretty quick.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I definitely would be motivated to do like a retreat or camp style thing because I've been trying to incorporate, like, I've been leading yoga sessions like as my like personal like touch for our meetups. We haven't had, I don't know, we haven't emphasized it as quite so much. Like we've done it a few times, and it's mostly just been with like just the core friends for the most part. But that is something like you were asking earlier about, like, you know, my career and how I got here and, you know, where I've come from. And I do want to incorporate more of my knowledge of like physical therapy and the body into Part-Time Babe Club and into like spreading awareness throughout the snowboard community, period, of just like, these are good things to do. This is how you can work out. This is how you can stretch, and just make it like easy for people. So I would love that because I want to like spread my message more to people.
Yeah, that's crucial information for people you guys are getting together,
Yeah.
learning tricks. Like, was the video of you doing the board slide on the red rail? It was like urban rail hopping onto board slide. I think it was you. I saw it on the Instagram at some point, but
okay, it might have been me.
if you're
I
going to
can
be
board slide.
yeah, if you're going to be out learning tricks, a big part of learning tricks is that you're going to be falling, you're going to be taking damage.
Yeah.
If you're there to kind of guide people on how to take care of themselves through that, that's a whole nother step in the process for you guys. So that could be really cool.
Yes.
Maybe Mount Hood this summer.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's the goal.
yes.
That was my dream last summer.
Yep.
I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to get a camping situation, like a truck and a cab over, live there for 2 months,
Yeah.
do the thing like everybody else was doing. Because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But
We could at least do a week.
true.
At least do a full week. That'd be
You can
sick.
do the spring pass at Timberline too, right? Doesn't that go like into June?
To the end of May, yeah. It's
Or end of
usually
May?
like
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
$150 probably now. Maybe it's probably 200 now, but pretty cheap to snowboard
Yeah.
from now until the end of May or April and May.
Yeah.
That's something that's got to get done though. A camp there would be so sick.
Mhm.
Yoga afterwards,
Mhm.
food at the place, a little dip in the lake, like
Yep.
video
quick dip.
recap afterwards, coaching on hill or teamwork riding, whatever, like working on. We got similar goals.
Mm.
Sounds like you're cooking up something.
You're better at planning though.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Well, if you'd like some help with planning, I'm pretty good at it.
All right. This may be a mutually beneficial relationship here.
It might be. It may be.
Nice. Should we get into the G of the week?
Yes.
Yes,
Ooh,
this
I'm
is
excited.
a good one. So we've been doing this segment G of the week where we pick just the most gangster video that we saw of somebody shredding on the internet this week. And G of the week is provided to us by Hemp Lucid. They're a CBD company that's been hooking up the podcast. They have a whole line of CBD tinctures and mushroom gummies and things that are all geared towards your sleep, your focus, your recovery. It's a sweet brand and all organic certified stuff that me and CW have been using for a while, and I've seen some noticeable differences. So love that stuff. But the G of the week presented by Hemp Lucid is Nick Tamanaha. His Instagram is _flying_Hawaiian So Mel,
Love
you can,
that.
yeah, I love that right away. And then when you see the vibe of this video, you'll understand why he's the G of the week. So you can watch with me. Yep.
It honestly looks like Daly.
Yeah, it looks like it could be Dale.
If Daly grew up riding park.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Look at this guy.
He's going for it.
Actually a flying Hawaiian.
He's going so fast, which is my favorite part of it. Like he's doing all these tricks going, oh! Yeah, that's what happens when you're out there going Mach 10.
Damn.
Can we guess what stance he is?
Yeah, this is fairly tight stance. He's ripping with the flow.
Was that Kid Rock?
Oh my gosh.
That just gave it away. He rode the tow rope goofy. Does that mean?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
He is getting it.
Whoa!
my God.
I've never
This
seen a
is a
wobble like
full
that.
art.
Yeah, dude. It's insane. And
is
if you look
that?
at the caption, he's like, yeah, I only rode for like 2 hours. This guy's just shredding.
Oh, shout out Highland.
And the boys are stoking. Yeah, he's at Highland. Yeah, the caption he says
Dang.
that was the last day at Highland. He got out for a couple hours and he was just going off.
Damn, what did he eat for breakfast?
Yeah,
Like, what?
my man snapped. So Nick Tamanaha, I hope I'm saying your name right. You are the G of the week, presented by Hemp Lucid. Me and C-Dub will get some kind of package out to you. I'll DM you and we'll figure something out. But wasn't that I saw that and it immediately caught my attention.
Springtime vibes.
The flow he had coming out of the back too with the shades, I was like, my man's on it right now. That's the G of the week.
That was good.
Damn.
There are a lot of
Daly should be
tricks.
Friends.
Yeah,
They are.
it does look like Dale.
They are.
Yeah.
I can't.
Nice. Brie, have you thought about maybe even incorporating music into these events at all? Because I saw you're into the EDM shuffle type of thing.
No, I've never considered that.
No, it doesn't
No.
cross paths with the part-time babe club.
Shuffle? What?
Talk about the Afre though.
Do you know what shuffling is?
Yeah.
Shuffling is like you could probably describe it better than me, but it's like a type of dancing.
Two-step?
Kind
Not-
of.
Yeah, kind of actually.
You ever hear of the Running Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that, but just like in flow, you know,
like the moonwalk?
Yeah.
in a lot of ways. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's pretty specific to EDM, kind of,
It
where
is.
you
It's very
see at like big
specific.
EDM shows, people are just going off.
Yeah. Yeah.
The shuffle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Just look at my Instagram sometime.
The
My
shuffle.
personal one, not
Yeah.
the other ones. No, so no, that's not part of Part-Time Babe Club.
Yeah. Is that your side
But,
project?
It was. All right. It is / was. I don't even know what to say. Sometimes we go out drinking.
Yeah.
And
It's
things
that
Let me
way.
just say, everybody requests for Bree to get. We will make room on the dance floor just for
Yeah.
Bree.
Those are like mosh pits get formed.
Yes.
Oh, I love
And then
this.
we're like, make room,
Yeah.
and then she's about to like break down this like I don't even shuffle, and everyone's like mind's blown because they've never seen anything like it.
Are you shy about it? Do they have to? Does it have to be like? She have to be hyped up?
I don't know. It's okay. So if I'm gonna be totally honest with you, since I moved and since I left San Diego, I feel like I've been experiencing a little bit of an identity shift, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not really sure if I want to like broadcast that anymore. I
Yeah.
don't know how to like. I don't know what. I don't know.
The EDM culture is definitely a different world, and if you're not as into that anymore, you shift away from things.
I'm not sure where I'm at right now. I think I'll just put it that way.
You're in
I
Truckee.
love music. I love all types of music, and I've been to a lot of raves, but I started feeling like I was like, I don't know, growing away from it. Kind of like any relationship, right? It goes through waves, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so I feel like my relationship with like the EDM community and everything is kind of like in like a different place right now. We'll put it that way. But I love dancing. I will always dance in some way, shape, or form, 100%. So, and it's like, I mean, I've been like the fittest ever in my life, like these past couple years since I started shuffling, because it's like intense.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
It's like
Yeah.
pure human form is dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah. So that's that.
I want to ask if you guys have any advice for some girls that are trying to shred that don't have friends, how to get into the community, how to, you know, get other girlfriends that are trying to go shred and get broke off on metal together. It's not easy, right?
I think it starts with being vulnerable. I think you just kind of have to put yourself out there, and you know, sometimes I think it's weird how sometimes it feels weird to compliment somebody, but if that's how you're feeling, you just let them know. It kind of just, you start to remember, like, you're human beings, you're on the same page, like, oh, we're here for the same reason. We want to board and we want to progress at park. We have a lot more in common than we think we do. You gotta have to find like a common ground, I think, and have a good attitude on hill too. It's like,
No cool girling?
no ego, no
Is that
ego.
a thing?
Oh
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh yeah. We use that term on a weekly basis because it's such a thing. Yeah.
We got to eliminate that.
Yeah, we've talked about that on here a few times. Just like, really, like you were saying, just being vulnerable, just being willing to just like talk to somebody on the chairlift, whatever. Just having like a good disposition where you're just friendly to people you encounter with. You might meet somebody that you shred with for the next 10, 15 years. As long as you're open to it, you know?
Yeah, you never know.
Yep.
And it usually always works out. So if you make a new friend, you guys are going to push each other.
Yeah.
It's easy to think that there's not enough space for everybody, you know, take sponsors or whatnot, but there literally is.
Yeah.
There's enough room for everybody to progress and push each other, and that's good. Breaking the ice.
Yeah.
Vulnerability.
Well, like even with your contest, it's like if you're in town for a bigger contest right now and you're starting up something from grassroots and you're throwing contests, the more other female contests there are, the more it builds up the big one like the Uninvited.
So
you know,
true.
there's more just general publicity around it leading up to bigger events. So you can't be afraid to just start something on your own from whatever you have at your disposal, and you're helping out the community that way, I think.
Sure.
So true.
Absolutely.
And now get to the PTBC meetups.
Yeah.
A good PTBC.
Go.
PTBC meetups, right?
Yeah, can we put a little advertisement in here?
Yeah, right?
Let's go. That's what this is for.
Slap the logo on the screen.
So PTBC does 2 meetups a month, one midday and one on the midweek. Yes, thank you.
It is midday all usually. It's like 11 o'clock.
One midweek and one weekend. Midweek, it was actually proposed from one of our team riders because there's a lot of locals that have like days off during the week, and there was a lot of people who were requesting it. Everything that we have been doing, we've kind of been using feedback, which is great because that helps us understand who we're helping. So, and our last meetup was a midweek meetup, and there was, I think, the most I've ever seen at a meetup. And it's always so cool to see a mix of women and men because it just shows like men are about it too. But yeah, we have on our Instagram an event calendar that shows for the next couple of months what our meetups are going to be on the calendar, and then if we're going to be doing any events and girls just want to tag along and ride with us and be like a really fun crew, that's a good thing to check out. I think it's on Linktree on our Instagram. Part-time Babe Club.
Good. That's good. I tried to get some Stoke going in my Discord. I got a chicks who shred section, and they're in there. They're trying to coordinate, meet up. It's not.
You'll have to show us that.
You never
What
been
is
in the
it?
Discord?
No.
Oh, the Discord's popping off.
Okay.
It's good. I got East Coast, West Coast, different sections where it's basically like that.
Wow.
For if girls want to meet up, but if you're just like a dude that wants to meet up and you're in Michigan and you ride Afton, you could just go into the Midwest area and write like, anybody want to go ride Afton tomorrow?
Oh,
So it's like a Facebook group, but it's like the chat
Yes.
pretty
format.
cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's sweet.
And then
Okay.
there's like a section where you can like share your videos and you can like critique people, and there's like a fitness section you can share your workouts and stuff, and there's a chick shredder section where you guys can link up. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm trying to do my part.
You're
Pull up on the
planning.
Discord.
I'm trying to bring the whole community together.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull up on the Discord.
Okay.
sick.
We'll do that before we leave.
Oh
Ice
yeah.
Plunge Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Sign me up.
You sending it?
Well, in the dark ice plunge. Sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's rough. We were talking about those moments leading up to it are the worst ones. Like once you're in, it's pretty mellow, but when you decide like, oh, I should get in, then you're like, oh, it's kind of dark out there, kind of cold. This doesn't look that.
I heard it's not good for my sleep.
Yeah.
I just ate.
Doctor
I gotta
said,
take this phone call.
Don't do it.
Nice. All right, well, let's get into. I think so many people are looking forward to this segment, the Ask C-Dub Anything.
Oh yeah, get embarrassed with C-Dub.
Okay, so we're gonna get into it. Ask C-Dub Anything, presented by Candy Grind. This week's question on Ask C-Dub Anything, presented by Candy Grind. C-Dub, can you name 5 UFC fighters? Bonus points if they were a champion. This is more of an obscure sport, so this is harder for you.
Conor McGregor.
There we go.
Silva.
Yes.
Jason Silva.
Anderson.
Anderson Silva?
Last names usually end up counting in this game
Yeah,
because if he's in the
Silva.
ballpark, I'm just going to give it to him.
Do it.
The shoey guy.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but
yeah.
it's got to count, right?
Bam Bam Tuivasa.
Yeah.
He always does shoeies after he wins. So it's like he'll win a fight and then somebody in the crowd will throw him their shoe. Throw him their shoe out of the crowd and a beer, and he'll just rip beers out of people's shoes.
And now it's only
nasty.
happy.
They just
Yeah.
want to see him win for that.
Yeah, now it's only happy
So
dads.
gross.
Exactly. Yeah.
We should start doing that.
Oh, I've got some shoey vids from back in the day.
Never done one of those.
Nate
He fought Connor.
Alvarez.
2 different people. This happens. This happens almost every time. Nate.
Diaz.
Yes. And
Johnny.
no. Eddie.
Eddie Bravo.
Not an MMA fighter.
Friends-
Jiu-jitsu guy.
Friends
But
with a lot of MMA.
friends with
fighters.
Atlanta. Yes. MMA coach.
I feel like we got like
What
two
you
and a
got?
half.
You got one more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Joe Rogan.
Not an MMA fighter.
I
You were so confident.
mean, he's about as close as you can get.
Yeah.
Uh,
How many guesses does he get?
I just try to
It's
see
just
if
like
I just
he
see
has
if
like
he can do it.
yeah,
Okay.
this is.
Okay.
Just one.
Oh God. That might have been it. We're
Yeah.
At the bottom of the vault. We're about to go to TikTok influencers.
Yeah. yeah. Before we're not going there. All
Don't
right.
do that.
Yeah. So
We tried.
we did our best. You almost had that one though. You
Tyson.
started strong.
Yeah.
You know.
Mike Tyson.
You start just naming goats. That's great. Yeah. You started strong on that one. You did sputter out, but I'm still impressed.
Bubba Sparks.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy about that one.
Good.
All right.
I feel like I did good.
Yeah, you did well on that. I'm impressed. So that was Ask C-Dub Anything, presented by Candy Grind. Candy Grind, awesome brand. They've hooked the boys up since day one. They've always had our backs, giving us T-shirts, hoodies. They make awesome gloves. Their gloves are some of my favorite, or definitely my favorite in the game. But you can go to Candy Grind or cghabitats.com and enter YLTHI 20 at checkout for a 20% discount on Candy Grind stuff. And support them because they've been supporting us. We appreciate you.
We do. Is there anything else that you guys want to absolutely make sure we hammer on?
We just want to empower the women.
Yeah.
Let's just get out there and let's do it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Sponsors, you want to thank people? Shout outs. Shout out all the girls.
Ooh.
Let's hear the
Oh,
names.
yeah.
Let's hear the
We
names.
really
Shout out your home-
will.
shout out your
We got
home
my
girls.
first
So many
names.
girls.
We got my best friend, but let's hear them all.
All right.
Let's hear a lot of them. I'm sure we'll miss some, and you guys will be, fighting over it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Cool girling each other because we
Yeah,
didn't fucking
yeah.
name you. Our roommate Mimi, of course, Alex, who lives in Pasadena and lives in our loft on the weekends. NASA. She works for NASA.
Yeah, she's an engineer.
Savannah, our sweet instructor. Taylor, our travel gal. She's like, where is she right now? Bali? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's in Bali right now. Yeah.
See her next
Taylor's
week.
everywhere.
We'll be in Bali on Tuesday.
Yeah. Wow. Hit up Taylor. Go rip with
She
her.
loves surfing.
Yeah.
It's on.
Yeah. Jayway, so consistent, always there for everything. She is like, yes, she's on it. Who else we got?
Miranda.
Miranda.
We love Miranda. I mean, I'm definitely gonna shout out like the people who inspired me with
Do it.
Part-Time Babe Club.
Go. Say it all.
Originally, her name is Bree. Also, shout out Bree. Shout out my best friend Nicole. Who thought I would be sitting next to Casey Willax on a podcast right now?
Stoking.
Yeah. Shout out to my mom for believing in me something years later. And oh my gosh, there's just so many women. I don't know.
Think of not women. 'Cause
Okay.
I know there are not women who inspired you.
And support you, everybody.
So
Yeah.
true.
Especially the homies at Signal.
Yes, Signal for
true.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to telepathically tell her because I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
But it's not working.
Do
It's
it.
not. Yeah.
it.
There's.
Take it. This is a combo.
It's all good. It's fine.
Put it out there.
Nah.
Wait. And my brain is like, wait, what?
Yeah, shout out Signal.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Signal, actually my first park board ever.
Oh,
Signal Park
yes.
Series, a 155 from Crowbar.
Sick.
I was riding like a Burton King before that, just like some random all mountain. Didn't know. I was just going on the weekends, so I like didn't really know much about board selection. First park board I got, Signal. Loved it. It was the first soft board I ever rode. I was like, what is happening right now? You can just press it? Like,
Wait, how did you get on a signal board? Like, how did you find out about them?
yeah, my buddy, I was living in Vermont. I was like 18 the first year I lived there. And I didn't have too much snowboard experience. Like I went on trips with my school when I was a kid, and I would go like 2 or 3 times a year with either my like a family trip or whatever. And then I kind of just hopped along with my friend who had already been living in Vermont right after high school. And then I was riding there, and like you go from not riding that much to living there, and you just like, you go from like still falling on trails very regularly to like, okay, now I'm like starting to learn park tricks, starting to like just be into hitting jumps and stuff like that. And Crow's like, what are you doing still riding this board? And I was like, what? Like, I just didn't know the difference yet. So I think he sold it to me for like $75 or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And it was just night and day for a board change, because I was like, I had outgrown the board I was on, you know?
Oh yeah.
So that was awesome. And yeah, I loved that board. It was a great one. Wow. And then I started working at a snowboard shop afterwards, and that's how I really figured out what kind of gear you needed, what kind of boards did what. That's why I figured out where all the dope videos were coming out, because I just worked at the shop. So I was just learning on the fly, you know?
That's rad.
When I ditched the skate banana, my life changed forever.
I just retired that skate banana though that I had.
That might have been one. Did I give that to you? That might have been
No. That was the 162 that I had.
Okay.
That I had. We were talking about the you ditching the banana. I was like, well, I learned to backflip on this board. I was like, this board's,
Same.
Yeah.
That's a
You learned
special
everything
board.
on it.
You can't get rid of
Special
that.
mine's still in my basement in New Hampshire somewhere.
Good.
The yellow one.
Yeah. Might be a different color now, but
Yeah.
It's a ripe banana.
it's amazing. Yeah, so you want to share your Instagram so the girls can find you guys, yours and the Part-Time Babe Club?
Sure. My Instagram is at swell.mel. Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Swell.mel.
Both
And-
have 2 L's.
Yeah, 2 L's. Thanks for remembering that. And then Part-Time Babe Club is at Part-Time Babe Club.
Easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm at Breezy. BRIEEEZY. And then a bunch of underscores. And if you want some tips to keep your body good for snowboarding, DPT _ Bree.
Amazing. And you have a calendar. You can find the events.
Yes.
You guys can DM, link any questions or whatnot. Website that's in the link tree.
Not yet. Well, just a link tree, but not a website yet. Oh, we have merch.
Yeah, we have a lot of merch.
Ooh.
How you get
If
the
you want
merch?
merch,
Oh yeah.
Where's the merch at?
DM us.
In the car.
Oh, it's just a DM.
Huh?
The merch is a DM thing?
No, you could fill out a form. We have a Google form. Just go on the link tree, and then the form to fill out what you want is on there. But we haven't added. We just made beanies, or not beanies. They're like the castle hats, like the crab rangoon
Yeah.
situation.
Crab rangoon.
Yeah.
I have not heard it described as that, but that's so accurate.
Yeah.
call
I
it
like
all
those
the
hats,
time.
but that's
in the car?
I didn't know what to call it.
Yeah, it's literally like origami on your head.
Yo.
But we made some sick ones, and we have like little tags on them. So get at us if you want one of those.
Nice.
That is amazing.
Yeah, you and Petter have to fight over the cow one.
They're in the car?
Wait, what?
No!
There's one that looks like a cow?
They're in my car.
They're in her
Oh,
car.
really?
I drove here in my
Got it.
car.
All
We'll
right.
get them to you. We'll get you guys some.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming. This was fun. And thank you guys for watching. Once again, always we ask that anybody that watches this, please go hit the subscribe button. That helps us just keep this thing going and keep building the podcast. And yeah,
Let us know what you think. Leave a review.
True.
Let us know.
Drop it all in the comments. But thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys again for coming.
Thanks for
Yeah,
having us.
Thanks
Peace
for
out.
having us. Bye.
Yoo-hoo.
You.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.